Bonjour tout le monde. Good morning everyone, hope you're all well again and have had a lovely weekend and you're ready for another week of learning here with us at St. Peter's. And you'll notice I've started our assembly this week on our school website because, as usual, we're going to spend the first 3 or 4 minutes of our assembly listening to our composer in the spotlight, and that's Mozart at the moment, isn't it? But I just want to show you where you can find some information about Mozart that's already on our school website, so that if you want to be at home, you want to be revising and you want to be finding out a little bit more about Mozart, this is where you need to go. Okay, so you can see I'm on our school website. I'm just going to move myself over here a little bit. Okay, so if you go to the Learning at Home and you go down to School Blogs, let's just click on School Blogs there. Takes you to this page, and here you've got all the different class blogs, but you've also got the team blogs here as well. So one of the team blogs is the musical experiences blog, so we click on the musical experiences blog, and here we've got all our different musical experiences here from St. Peter's. So you can start with our school song right at the top there, Rock Kids, 3 different versions of our school song, our Learn, Sparkle and Shine song. But as you scroll down, there's different posts, so we can see Year 2 have been learning about glockenspiels, and we've got all our different music stars of the week. They get posted every week. So music stars for last week and the week before and the week before. We can see when rock stars came in, some pictures from rock stars there, rock kids, sorry. The children practicing their brass lessons, African drumming. But all the way down here, our composer in the spotlight for Autumn 2 is Mozart. Now if we click on that picture there, you'll get taken to this PowerPoint. And of course, the first thing you need to remember is the can you still. Can you still name the composer we studied last half term? When was he born? When did he die? What was the period of music called? Okay, and what instruments did we often hear from the music we listened to? But that's last half term. We then go into the music for this half term, Mozart. And we have already listened to, week 1 was the Marriage of Figaro. Week 2 was the Clarinet Concerto. Week 3 was, can you remember? Here it comes there. Well done, Piano Concerto. And here we are now entering week 4. So in a moment we're going to start our assembly by listening to Mozart's Horn Concerto. So piano, clarinet, this time the horn. And Mozart asked for this music to be played fast and full of life. He wanted the concerto to be full of playfulness. And when you start to listen to it in a moment, I'm sure you'll be able to hear that speed and hear that happiness that comes through the music. And the solo instrument is the horn. So let's see what you can find out about the horn. Okay, but the first thing I want us to do in our assembly today is just spend 2 or 3 minutes listening to the Horn Concerto by Mozart and remembering or recalling, retrieving those facts from our composer last half term. See if you can write them on the board with your teacher, see if you can remember those facts. So here we go, Mozart's Horn Concerto. Well done, and I hope you enjoyed listening to the Horn Concerto by Mozart, and I hope you could feel the way he wanted it to be played, fast and with passion, and I hope you could feel that as you listened to the music. And I also hope you could remember with your teacher information and facts about Johann Sebastian Bach, our composer from last half term. Well, at this moment, I would normally ask you and normally share with you what is our theme. And it's been absolutely amazing this week. Everywhere I go, when you're lining up to go out, when you're coming back in, when you're walking down the corridor, every time you see me, somebody's coming up to me saying, Mrs. Williams, the keys to success are hard work and determination. And it's really, really embedded in your mind. And I can hear you, see you saying it to each other and to me, which is fantastic. I'm going to deviate a little from that theme this week because I want us to think about what we always say at the end of our assembly. So I will always say to you, who is ready to? And you respond to say, learn, sparkle, and shine. And I want us to spend today's assembly, today's worship, just thinking a little bit more about what that actually means, what it means to attend St. Peter's and be asked to learn, to sparkle, and to shine when you come to St. Peter's. And I'm going to use a story which has absolutely got a brilliant title because it completely reflects our mission and our vision for you here at St. Peter's. It's a story called Shine, and it's written by a lady called Sarah Asuquo. Okay, and it exemplifies exactly what it means to sparkle and to shine. It's a story about a young boy who questions himself. He knows he's different, he recognises his difference, but he questions that difference. And he spends some of his time wanting to be like other people instead of embracing his difference and embracing how the different qualities that he has. He wishes he was like somebody else. And all the way through the stories, Mum and Dad tell him, don't worry about being different to somebody else. You are unique, you sparkle in your own way, and let your light shine, which is exactly what we say here, isn't it, at St. Peter's. Choose how you wish to sparkle, acknowledge how you sparkle, be proud of how you sparkle, find the uniqueness of you, and then shine like a beacon in society. Go out there and be proud of what you are and shine, just like Jesus did. So our assembly today is going to be the story Shine. So here it comes, the story Shine. Enjoy. Bye, Mum, yelled Kai as he briskly closed the car door and raced towards the school gates, filled with excitement. It was the first day of school after the summer holiday, and Kai could not wait to see his friends. Have a good day. I'll see you later, replied his mother as she smiled and watched her thrilled son. However, Kai's journey home was very different to the cheerful ride in the morning. How was your first day back at school? His mother asked, with an expression of concern on her face. Kai stared sadly through the window and did not respond. After some minutes had passed, Kai sighed deeply and said, We built a den at school today for kids to hide and explore and play. I thought the den was built for us all, but they said, No, Kai, you're too tall. I wish I was smaller, I wish I wasn't tall. Then I could fit inside the den like Tom, Sam and Paul. Kai's mother parked the car, held his hand and said, "Be proud, my son, that you are tall. Stand as high as you can be, for you can see far and beyond what other children can see. Everyone is different. Be true to you. Within us all is a special light. Will you let your light shine through?" Kai simply nodded. The next evening, whilst eating dinner, Kai's father noticed that his son was unusually quiet. "How was your day, Kai?" he asked, placing his hand on Kai's shoulder. Kai briefly paused and replied, "Well, when changing for PE today, I wore my boots, so I could play. But just as I had put them on, Jack laughed and said, 'Your feet are long.' I wish my feet were not so big. I wish that they were small. Then I'd fit in like Jack and Jim and play with them at school." Kai's father was disappointed to hear that his son had been teased at school. He said, "Be proud, my son, of your large feet. For you should not forget that with your feet you'll march and leap with strength in every step. Everyone is different. My son, be true to you. Within us all is a special light. Please will you let your light shine through?" Kai simply nodded. Well, the following night, Kai could not sleep. He was thinking about his day. Kai's mother noticed that the light was on in his bedroom, and so she opened the door and asked him why he was still awake. With a gentle breath, Kai answered, "Well, at lunchtime in the dinner hall, whilst eating my apple pie, Jack pointed and then asked me, 'What's that under your eye?' 'It's just a scar,' I told him. 'I fell when I was small.' He laughed and said, 'That's strange.' And he led the laughter of them all. I do wish I was perfect. I wish I had no scars. Then I'd be like my friends at my school. I'd be regular." Kai's mother realised that her son had an important lesson to learn. The time felt right, and with a calm voice she said, "Be proud, my son, of all your scars. Don't be ashamed, don't hide. They show you've learnt and overcome. They just add to your own shine." She pulled open Kai's curtains, revealing the bright night sky, and asked him to stand beside her. "Look up at the stars at night. They twinkle in the sky. Then watch the moonlight up above the clouds so very high. Can you compare the stars and moon and say which one is best? They both shine in the sky each night so beautifully as the rest. Everyone is different, my son. Be true to you. Within us all is a special light. Please will you let your light shine through?" Kai firm. Kai's mother tucked him into bed, kissed his forehead and wished him a good night. Kai began to think about what his mother and father had said to him over the last 3 days. He realised that the things that make him different are actually the things that make him special. I choose to use all the things that make me who I am and make sure that I shine my light as brightly as I can. The next day at playtime, Kai noticed that his friend Sam was upset and asked him what was wrong. With tears in his eyes, Sam said, "I went out to the playground to play basketball, but everybody laughed at me. Jack said I was too small. I wish that I was taller. I wish I was like you. Then I could hop and leap and jump like the other children do." So Kai told Sam what he had learned about the stars and the moon. He said, "You can shine your special light just the way you are. You move so quickly when you play, just like a shooting star. With my height and your speed, we'll make the perfect team. I've got an excellent idea. Sam, will you play with me?" Kai and Sam played basketball together and were enjoying themselves so much that they did not notice the other children in their class watching them in admiration. Kai leaped and jumped, shooting the ball through the hoop repeatedly, while Sam sped across the playground, bouncing the ball so skillfully. The children cheered and clapped so loudly that even the teachers upstairs could hear them. Jack realised that he had been unkind and wanted to make things right. He slowly approached the two boys and said, "Hello, Kai and Sam. You both play really well. I'm sorry that I laughed at you. May I play as well?" Kai and Sam looked at each other and smiled with great delight. "Of course," said Kai. "We all can shine if we just all unite." So what a fantastic story that is. In fact, I think we should adopt that book as our school book. I've got a copy here. I'm going to put it in the entrance hall. And if any of you want to look at it, you're very welcome to. And if you want to flick through the pages or read the story, then it totally represents everything that we believe here at St. Peter's, that you should learn, that you should sparkle. So find something that is really special about you and recognise how special you are, and then shine. Go out into the community and be very proud of what you are and what you contribute and what you can bring to the world, because each and every one of you is very, very special indeed. So it is time now to go out into your classrooms and into the community to learn, sparkle and shine. And of course, I'm going to give you a bit of reflection time. I'm going to give you time to think about how you sparkle and how you can go into the world and shine using what you have, using the things at which you sparkle. What will you contribute to society? How will you shine through those special skills that you bring? So we'll have some reflection time, and then we will sing our Learn, Sparkle and Shine song. So have a fantastic week. Enjoy learning, sparkling and shining. And this time when I see you around school, I want you to tell me, "Mrs. Williams, I know the keys to success are hard work and determination, but this is how I sparkle, Mrs. Williams, and this is how I'm going to shine." So I want you to know and to recognise what's special about you. And I've got all your class reflection books in my office at the moment. I'm just looking through those class reflection books. Really, really lovely books. But remember, it is important to record your reflections so they don't get lost, so they don't disappear. So let's record your reflections after the reflection time. Put them in your reflection books And then you can think about how you learn, sparkle and shine. Hands together, eyes closed. Lord Jesus, join us today as we think about our uniqueness, as we think about the way we are special, the talents that we have, the skills that we have, the things we have learnt, the way we look, the way our brain operates, and help us to use what we have to make the world a better place. Help us be the one to bring about the change that we want to see in our world, so that our world is the place we want to live in. Join us today and help us to achieve that. Amen. Off you go, learn, sparkle and shine.